There are many ways to start a blog. One of the ones I want to talk about today is using WordPress.com. WordPress is a site and a platform I've used for some time. And now at WordPress.com, you can set up your own blog free, and it's hosted by WordPress right on their site, WordPress.com. And it's free. You don't have to pay anything. The good news too about it is, let's say you want to take that information or your blog at that point and move it over to like a pay site. You want to have your own domain name. You can do that later on. So I want to walk you through the steps. It's going to be a two-part video. The first part is going to be sort of just how you go about creating a blog on WordPress.com. And it's pretty simple. If you just go to WordPress.com, I'm saying that a lot because there's a WordPress.org, and that's the one you would use if, let's say, you have a GoDaddy or some other kind of hosting account and you want to sort of really dive in and download the WordPress files and architecture and create your own blog that way. It isn't that difficult, but you do need to know how to set up a database and have some access to your file structure using FTP. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ignore everything I just said. Again, go to WordPress.com and you can go ahead and start a free blog with no pain whatsoever. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're at WordPress.com and we just want to go ahead and hit Get Started here. Now I already have an account, so I'm not going to go through the whole process. I don't want to set up another one, but I'll take you through most of it. So you can, of course, learn some more information here, but let's just go ahead and get started. Click on that, and now this screen comes up, the sign up screen, and it's pretty quick and painless. You would come up with your name. You have to fill this out, and this is what the blog address is going to be. It's the URL you would give someone to go to your blog. So let's say you wanted to name it Tech is Cool. It's going to check. There's a good example. That already exists. So I'm going to call this, let's see, I'll call it SUNY IT Techie, which doesn't make much sense, but it is available. This is just for demonstration purposes. Now, the actual domain name of this site would be SUNY IT Techie .wordpress.com, and of course it costs no money. You could then go ahead and make it a .com or a .net or .org and pay, and you would get rid of WordPress's sort of the long name of this, WordPress.com. So you could spend 17 bucks right there. You would be registering that domain, and it would be just SUNY IT Techie I'm going to take that anyway. .com. But we're gonna do a free one. Let's say you're using this for a school or for a class. You're having your class set it up. You don't have to have them pay. They just use this one. It's free. It's a little bit longer, but like I said, the good thing is, let's say they graduate or down the line they want to keep this blog. They could just go ahead and pay the $17 or whatever it is at that point, and they can use their blog for anything they want. Then it would just be, SUNYITTechie.com. But now it's going to be SUNYITTechie.wordpress.com. You then have to come up with a username. You could just leave it like this, and it will be the beginning of your URL. That's kind of handy. You will set up a password, confirm it, of course, and put in your URL, your email address. Sorry about that, so that I can email you some information on how to set this stuff up. Because what they'll do is, like they say over here, that they're going to send an email so you can activate your blog. Okay, so you really have to give them the correct email address or you won't see how to set it up. And once you put this in here, it's taken, and you couldn't go back and get that again. Now we're going to choose English, of course. Now we look down here and we see what we've got as far as options. We want the free one. We don't get a lot of this fancy schmancy stuff, but we can still create this blog and we get everything for free. Now I didn't fill everything in because I already got an account and I don't want to do that part over again, but you would hit create a blog. It would send you an email for you to activate your blog, and then it would just start right up.